Hi everyone. Today we're focusing on opening and stretching through the side bodies. We're going to be doing this through lateral flexion of the spine, which is basically just a fancy name for side bending. Side bending is a really important spinal or joint action within the spine. When we do so, one side of our vertebrae compresses and then the other side expands. So there's space being created between each bone. This is really important for our mobility, for maintaining the fluid within our joints so that we have a really healthy spine. So we're going to be focusing on that today. We're going to start it in a seated position. Grab a block if you had one to sit up onto. And you're also going to need a strap. If you don't have a strap nearby, grab like anything that's long. It could be a dressing gown strap. It could be like a skipping rope. It could be a towel. Just have that nearby. We're going to come into a kneeling position, sitting up on the block. It's just going to take some weight out of the ankle so we can sit for a little bit longer. But if you didn't have the block, that's totally fine. Just sit down on your heels and take rest as you need. We'll just start by closing down the eyes, finding a tall spine, so lifting the crown of the head up to the sky, rolling the shoulders back and down, taking a breath in through the nose, feeling length being created through the spine. As you exhale through the nose, can you feel your pelvis? Can you feel your hips get heavy on the block? Let's focus on breathing into the sides of the ribs. It might be helpful if you have your hands around your ribs. So think thumb to the back of the ribs and your forefingers to the front of the ribs. As you breathe in, can you feel your ribs push out into your hands? And as you exhale, feeling the breath come out through the nose, feeling your hands get closer towards each other. Let's try a couple more breaths like this. And these slower, more intentional breaths is also going to help us create space within the spine, within our joints as we move our body today. Let's take one more slow breath. Feeling your full focus within your mind, draw to whatever is going on in your body. So noticing the breath, noticing sensations. And then releasing the arms, grabbing the strap if you had one. If you didn't have a strap, then just try this without it. Take your hands wide. I'm going to start with some shoulder circles. So lifting your hands up and over your body. And even though we are going to be mostly focusing on the spine, we kind of inherently open through other parts of the body as well. So we're going to be opening through the shoulders a bit today, a little bit of our hips, our adductors, the inner of the thighs. Basically, you want to keep your arms straight as you take your arms over. If you notice your elbows starting to bend, you need to take your hands wider. If you're feeling pretty good, you could take your hands a little bit more narrow. And that's just going to challenge the range of motion within your shoulders, getting the chest nice and open. Hold your hands at the top, breathe in, lift up nice and tall. As you exhale, pull your right hand in the direction of the ground. Holding here. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades back. Feel your left rib pull away from your left hip. Come back through center, breathing in. Breathing out, other side. So again, really feeling your right ribs pull off the right hip. Can you feel the right hip pull down towards the block? One more each side. Breathe in, lift tall. Exhale, bend to the right. Breathe in, lift tall. Exhale to the left. Come back through center. This time we're going to bring our right hand all the way down to the ground. You might want to walk that left hand a little higher or lower. It's totally up to you. Can you breathe in and wind that left hand, that left shoulder back? So it's almost like a little bit of a back bend here. As you exhale, come back forward, lean forward. Maybe your left hand touches the floor in front of you. Maybe it doesn't. Breathe in, open up. Exhale, come down. Now for me, I notice I need to take my hand a little lower, just so it feels a little bit more comfortable as I fold forward. Again, just play with this movement here. So again, we've got a bit of side flexion through the spine. We're also getting a little bit of extension. So back bending, a little bit of flexion, forward bending. One more breath. Okay, come back through center, breathe in. As you exhale, left hand to the ground. Really pull your right hip down. Reach your right hand back a little more. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale, wind forward, lower the chest towards the left thigh as you reach your right hand towards the front. Try that again. Breathe in, open up. Breathe out, come down. Two more. Come back through center. We're going to lose the block, but keep the strap. We're going to kind of add those arm movements into some other lower body movements. So left foot extends out long, right foot connects to the left inner thigh. Preparing for Parivrita Janushasana, revolved head to knee pose. You might have a bend in your left knee here, okay? Especially if you've got quite tight adductors, that might be useful. See if you can reach your arms up and then think left hand towards the inside of the left foot. So again, bend your left knee here if you needed a bit more space. Wind your right arm back, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, just like we did before, lean forward, right hand forward. Adjust your hands as you need. Breathe in, open up. Push the left hand into the foot to roll the left shoulder underneath. Exhale, come back. Two more times like that. Finding length through your lower back as you lift up. Feel the right rib lift away from the hip. Feel free to take the hand a little further back if it feels good. Exhale. Nice. Come back through center. Keep the legs where they are. We're going to find like a modified wild thing. Hands still in the strap. Right hand comes down. Lift your hips up. Squeeze your glutes. Push your hips forward. Okay, left glute in particular, you squeeze it to help open through the left hip flexor. Reach that left hand forward and back. Breathing in. And then as you breathe out, tap the left hand towards the ground, folding forward a little bit. Breathing in, opening. Breathing out, closing. A little bit of rotation here. Two more. Adjust the strap as you need. I need to go a little lower. A bit of rotation happening here as well. One more. Nice, come on down. And let's swap to the other side. So right foot out this time. Left foot towards the right inner thigh. Bend your right knee as you need. Lift up nice and tall, breathe in, push your hips down, tilt your pelvis forward. As you exhale, side bend. Turn the chest in the direction of the left thigh before you take your right hand in the direction of your right foot. Roll your left shoulder back on your breath in. Lift up nice and tall. As you exhale, folding forward. So you're kind of folding in the direction of your left ankle. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close. 2 more times. If this feels better without a strap, feel free to try that. If it's just hindering you and making it feel really weird, then you do you. I just quite like using this strap here. I think it brings a little bit of extra tension into my shoulders. Nice, roll yourself up. Setting up for our modified wild thing. Left hand plants down, strap underneath the left hand. Push your hips forward. Squeeze your glutes. Breathe in, open your right hand back. Little back bend. As you exhale, turn the chest towards the ground, right hand reaches forward. Adjust the straps as you need. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try to keep tension on the strap the whole time as you move, especially as you fold forward. One more. Really nice. Lower yourself down. Put the strap to one side. And then make your way into a downward facing dog. So plant the hands shoulder width distance, spread your fingertips wide, tuck onto the toes, lift your hips up and back, and feel free to pedal out the feet here. Dropping one heel down and the other heel down. Moving hips from side to side, which is also going to help lengthen through the sides of the body subtly as well. Keep pushing through the hands, lengthen your arms, drive the chest towards the thighs. If you're quite flexible, then you really want to think about scooping the ribs in, spreading shoulder blades wide. And then come back through stillness. Soften the heels in the direction of the ground. Turn both of your heels towards the left, so the toes are turning to the right. Turn your hip bones so that they're turning to the right as well, and then bend your knees. Your left heel is going to lift off the ground a little bit. Think hips to heels. Keep some pressure in that right hand. Feel maybe a little bit more of a stretch through the right side body. And we're just going to have a little play with bending and straightening the legs a little bit. And if you wanted to, you could even kind of come all the way through like a twisted plank position, so you're getting some rotation. Still having the toes turned towards the side. And then come back through center. Let's swap to the other side, dropping the toes towards the left, the heels towards the right, and then bending your knees towards the left as you sink your hips down to your heels. Thinking about rolling the right shoulder underneath, the left shoulder back slightly, but we're still pressing through our left hand. If it feels good, you can bend and lengthen the legs a little more. One more breath. Come back through center. Breathe in as you sweep your right toes high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, open the hip. Maybe you keep the right toes long here. So right leg long, kind of lifting your foot up. Maybe you bend to the knee. Maybe you find a wild thing or a modified wild thing. Landing the right toes down. You could lift the hips up. You could try to keep reaching your right hand forward. So maybe the right hand is kind of hovering off the ground, but it just increases the rotation through your upper spine. If your right hand is off, land it back down, three-legged dog, breathe in, lift the toes. As you exhale, roll forward, right knee towards the nose. Step the foot in between the hand, left heel comes down, reverse triangle. So both legs are long here, left hand down the left thigh. Breathe in, right hand reaches long. Exhale to hold. Push your right foot down, really feel some length through the right side body. Use your next breath in, right hand pushes forward, reaches forward, left hip pushes back. As you exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Tuck your tailbone here. Feel your left rib pull towards your left hip. If you felt like a little more, you could reach the left hand towards the front of the mat. One more breath. Breathe in, come back up, back to reverse triangle. As you exhale, little side bend. Turn your right toes to the side of the mat. Breathe in, reach your right hand to the back of the mat. As you exhale, land it on your left foot. Now you can kind of just hang out here if you want. Another option is to lift your left ball of the foot off the ground. Right fingertips scoop underneath the ball of the foot, so you're kind of pressing it down. Seeing if you can use this weight of the foot to kind of pull your shoulders back. Maybe you bend the right knee here. So you're kind of like pushing and pulling with the left hand, pulling with the right hand. Left leg long, one more breath. Release the hand underneath the foot. Walk yourself towards the front of the mat. Left hand come down. Left knee comes down. Let's breathe in. Twist the right hand high. As you exhale, turn the left toes towards the left. Sweep your right foot to the back of the mat. We're in a modified wild thing again. Push your hips forward, squeeze your glutes, reach your right hand forward, and then if it feels good, really rotate that right shoulder up and back. So chest turns towards the sky. One more breath. Look down to the ground, place the right hand down, slide the right knee in, tabletop position. Breathe in as you open your chest, cow pose, squeeze your shoulder blades back. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone round through the upper back. Breathe in, open up, squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale, round. One more. And then coming back through neutral spine, tuck onto the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's try that on the other side. Breathe in, left toe sweep high. As you exhale, open the hip. Maybe you keep the leg straight for a moment as you peel it up to the sky. Keep looking towards your right big toe. Can you pull your left shoulder in the direction of the ground for a moment? So you really help opening through the left shoulder and the side of the body. From here, you can bend your knee, left foot towards the glute. Maybe you stay here, or you can make your way towards wild thing. Right heel draws towards the right, left toes touch down. Again, maybe turn this into a bit more of a back bend, lifting your hips up, squeezing glutes, rolling left shoulder back. Or you can turn it into a little bit more of a twist. So you're kind of almost reaching your left hand towards the mat, hovering it off the ground. One more breath. Three-legged dog again. Breathe in, left toes high. Exhale, roll forward, left knee towards the nose. Step the foot in between the hands, right heel comes down, feet about 1 meter's distance apart. As you come up, setting up for reverse triangle. Flip the left hand, breathe in, lift the left hand high. Exhale, right hand down the right leg. Squeeze the glutes here, tuck your tailbone, lift tall through the spine. Breathe in, left hand reaches forward, right hip pulls back. As you exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. So tuck the tailbone, little push of the hips forward, right rib to the right hip. If you did feel like something different, you could reach the right hand towards the front of the room. One more breath. Come back up, reverse Trikonasana, breathe in. Breathe out. Look down, turn your left toes to the side of the mat. Reach your left hand to the back, breathe in. As you exhale, fold over your right leg. Maybe your hands just stay on top of the foot. You could also lift the ball of the right foot off. Left fingertips slide underneath and then press down. You want to pull away from your leg. Bend your left knee a little bit. You might stay here, or the right hand can come on top of the foot as well. Push with the right hand, pull with the left hand. So I personally feel this down kind of my left side, kind of into my lat, also into my right adductor, inner of the thigh. One more breath. Release the hands, walk them through center. Turn to the front, right hand plants down, right knee comes down, breathe in, twist, left hand high. As you exhale, turn your right toes to the right, step your left foot to the back, modified wild thing. Left hand might reach forward, you might roll that left shoulder back, squeeze your right glute, push your hips forward and up. Maybe you even release the head here, looking towards your left thumb. Look down to the ground, tabletop position, 3 cat and cows in your own breath. And from here, let's head into child's pose. Big toes together, sink your hips to your heels, reach your hands forward. Forehead to the ground. And just take a moment to rest here. Taking some slow breaths back into the sides of the ribs. Noticing how much space that you've created with all the movement that we've done. Into the shoulders, into the sides of the body, into the spine. Not just side bending, but we have also practiced a little bit of rotation, a little bit of flexion, a little bit of extension. All really good for the health and mobility of our spine. And then just walking your hands back towards your knees, set yourself up onto your heels. Stay here for another slow breath. And then just opening up your eyes. Thank you, my friends. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Whew. My body feels so good now, just so much space being created in the spine, in the shoulders, even in the hips slightly. Let me know how you found it. Send it to a friend if you think someone will like it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up. And if you wanted some longer, more exclusive classes, we've got some over in our Patreon account. I just counted and we have over 50 longer classes, so there's lots to explore. I'll see you on the mat sometime soon. Thank you very much.